You're listening to A Bit Later, a midlife stand-up podcast. I'm your host, Steve Ziegler, and I'm sitting down with comedians from across the globe to find out why they are pursuing stand-up comedy and what they are learning about themselves at this stage in their lives. My guest today is McClain. McClain is a stand-up comedian based in Delaware County, Pennsylvania. Just 1 year into comedy, McClain has quickly become a fixture on the Philadelphia scene. Her raw, high-energy style forces audiences to notice her and keeps her true to herself. In this episode, we talk about overcoming addiction, jail time, dating at 50, family, and carving out her path in comedy. Aside from the fun conversation, my favorite thing about this episode is that McClain was preparing for a mic while we chatted. So let's take a trip to Delco and get ready with McClain.
You're in luck. First, I got to put some blush on because I look like I'm dead in this picture. So I was a hairdresser for 11 years and got married, had a baby, did all that shit you're supposed to do, right? I was married for 20 years. I got addicted to Percocet while I was married. He was also addicted, but he was like a functioning addict, still like had the marriage going, had our kid going. He'd be like, oh, you want to clean today? I'm like, nah. He's like, are you going to get up, shower? I'm like, nah. I just laid there. I got fired from every single job I've ever had. And then I put myself through nursing school and I was a nurse for 18 years. And while I was a nurse and home with my son, I just got to like the lowest point of my life. And my husband, this is not supposed to be sad, but my husband at the time had a gun and I put the gun in my mouth because like Percocet and Xanax and taking them every single day. I wanted not to live, but like I had to be a mom. So that was the only way I could cope. So it got so bad. I got so depressed. I put a gun in my mouth. And my husband at the time came down and he was like, to my son, he's like, don't worry, Gavin. The lock's on. She can't kill herself. And I was like, I don't really think this marriage is like, we were just so removed from each other at that point. So I got 302'd. I was in there, but like that didn't change anything for me. When he picked me up, I was like, you better have my fucking drugs on you. And he did. And then eventually just became too much. One day he was just, after 20 years of marriage, he was like, listen, I can't do this anymore. And I wasn't shocked, but at the same time, you want to be like, how dare you? And I thought it went calm, but I keyed his infinity from the front to the back. I was so angry. I was 44 years old. I knew nothing about anything. I met him when I was 21. Got married at engaged at 23, married at 24, baby at 25. Like that's just how it was. And then our marriage, we did 6 years of fertility, trying to have a second baby. So that also doesn't help your marriage at all. And it also didn't help my drug use. So I just kept going. And I still worked as a nurse, but was getting fired from every single nursing facility. Because once I'd moved out and went to like my childhood home, that was when like reality hit. I'm 44 years old at the time, sitting in my childhood bedroom home, doing cocaine, first of all. That was the first thought I had. And it just went downhill from there. And I went on like Match.com, which I don't recommend when you have like no self-esteem. You were married for 20 years. I'm like, I'm going to find somebody. And I did. I found another addict from Delco that had a long rap sheet, longer than a fucking encyclopedia. But I was like, oh, I can do this, you know? I was smuggling the Suboxone in the jail. So I used to work at George W. Hill as a nurse, got fired for nodding off at the cart, standing up. Like I literally fell asleep giving out meds. But I was the coolest nurse because they gave them whatever they wanted. Got fired. And then like a dude was in there. I knew this dude that I met on Match. He went to jail for 283 days. And I was like, I'm going to stand by him. He just had some trouble. Before this, I didn't know what probation was. I never stuck a needle in my arm. I never really like did hard drugs. It was just like perks. And the only reason why I got into them because the doctor didn't give me enough. Hello. So when he got out of jail, I was like, let's do meth, you know? And he's like, oh, we do this. It's going to be a wrap. I'm like, we'll be fine. Because why the dude was in jail, I went to rehab for pills because at the time I told my parents I was going to kill them. And then the next day I woke up, I'm like, I think I might need rehab. And I went to rehab, Eagleville, woohoo. But like, I didn't learn anything. Like when I went there, I was like that bougie addict because I was only taking pills. They were all like shooting dope and heroin. And at the time, like I wasn't like them, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. So I left. I didn't do the program, nothing. And then the dude came out of jail and we started doing meth. And like, he said, if we do this line, it's going to be a wrap. I'm like, we'll be fine. 3 years later, I was sitting in the jail that I used to work at and got fired from nodding off the cart. So I had to go back to the same jail as an inmate. And that was the day. That was March 16, 2023. And that was the last day I used methamphetamine. I was like, I think I might be done. I was in a jail cell, 44 years old, naked, because I was on suicide watch too. The lady's like, have you ever wanted to kill yourself? I'm like, well, one, these handcuffs aren't fucking helping. And like, you just weighed me and told me I was 236 pounds. So yeah, I think I want to kill myself. So they put me away. And then I was sitting there and I was lost. Like I had nothing left. I didn't feel like my son was going to talk to me anymore. I was 47 at the time in the same jail I used to work at. That was what hit me most. And I was praying. I was like, dear God, I'm like, if I ever needed you, like I fucking need you now. And I talked to him just like he was my friend. And I'm like, there was like a little window in jail. It's like this big and it was like all gray. And the sun came through within that moment when I was like, I just started crying. They call it a spiritual awakening. I don't know if I was still delusional and that I don't fucking know, but that was the last day I used. So I got out of there, got my life together. Found out when I got out of jail, they took me to rehab. I found out that they suspended my nursing license because you can't be a nurse and do meth. And I didn't work as a nurse either. Like I never got fired from stealing drugs. I never stole drugs. I never got caught, as you would say.
Mm-hmm.
I worked on meth, but like not really. You know what I mean? And by that by that point, I did everything to get it back. I worked. You have to get evaluations. It's money out the ass. I got it back. I was working in RCA in Devon as an addiction nurse. Shout out to all my nurses. And I loved being an addiction nurse because I could relate. Like the women come in, she's like, "This feels like jail." I'm like, really? Because RCA rehab is like the Hilton compared to fucking jail. Like you're lucky you're here first. So I did that for 9 months. When the nursing board, you get tested all the time. It's just random. You go on your phone every morning. They tell you if you're being checked in. Sometimes it's $30. Sometimes it's 60. Sometimes you get urine. Sometimes you get blood, hair follicle, whatever. So after 9 months, they hit me with a positive urine. And I was like, bullshit. Because I knew what to fucking use. The only thing I did do was fuck the ex-boyfriend. So in my head, I'm thinking, shit, does meth come through your sperm? Because if so, I'm fucked. And I called him. I'm like, listen here, if I'm positive for methamphetamine, I'm literally blowing up your house with you inside of it. That's all there is to it. And he's like, it wouldn't be me. Long story short, I fought it because I know I didn't use, and they tell you in recovery to do the right thing. So I fought it. They said it was Ritalin, which is methylphenidate. And I'm like, well, it's not 1985 and I'm not a 12-year-old boy. And that made no sense to me. But I did whatever they said. They said I had to go to Karen Treatment Center. I had to pay out of pocket. It was $5,000. And after 30 days, after whatever they recommend, like whatever, I was there for 4 days, $5,000 I paid, cashed out my 401k because I just started working again. And then they told me that they felt like I had 1 foot in the door and I had 2 years clean. She said, we feel like you have 1 foot in the door to a relapse, and they're recommending residential treatment at their facility for $30,000. And if I didn't have that, if I couldn't do that, then I was done. So that was the day I decided I gave up nursing. And then that was in February. And then that October, I was turning 50 and I went on helium.com. And I was like, I accidentally bought my dad's credit card, like Chip Chantry, the helium class is 6 weeks. I went out there and like, listen, Bill, you just got me a 6 weeks of helium comedy classes. And he's like, oh, okay, I don't care. So that's how I got into it. That's what I started doing. And then I went there and I was like, oh, this is what I was meant to do. You know how like I love doing hair and I'm good at it. And I was not a good nurse, but I was a good nurse, kind of. But like this is like I love doing this. You know what I mean?
I hear you. Yeah. No, I love it too. And thank you for sharing all of that. Yeah. Sorry, the mic went out.
Yeah, that's why when people are like, oh my God, you're so shot out. This is why I'm shot out. This is why I'm woo-hoo. Not to mention that when you were like at your lowest point and you have nobody, you tend to gravitate towards maybe not so great people or whatever. So I tried to stay focused, but I've been living with my parents, Joan and Bill. They're 82. My dad's 82 and my mom's 79. And I love them to death. Please don't know anyone kill me for this. I'm not like getting elderly abuse or anything, but like it's a lot. I've been with them for 7 years. For the first 3 or 4 years, I was high, so I didn't notice anything. And now that we live so close, 2 bedrooms, Mama's moving out to my first place ever on the 13th.
Congratulations.
I know.
So you really like went like kind of traditional, say Delco girl. I know Philly girls. So you went from like your parents to your husband. Like you never lived on your own. You did the thing that, like you said, people think you're supposed to do.
Yeah. I mean, I was 44 years old and I was like, I knew nothing. I didn't know what my political views were. I still don't. But like, I didn't know a lot about like, when I met my husband, I was 21. So I was just like, oh, what kind of wife do you want me to be? And like, that's what I was. So when I left, when we got separated or whatever, I was like, oh, what do I do now? So I did drugs.
Okay.
See how that turned out.
So before I do want to talk about like Delco, stuff like that, but obviously this part is so big. So when the Percocet addiction started, like you said, was it just something that happened to be like prescribed by a doctor? And then you said it wasn't enough. And then you started using? Is that?
It's like 20 years of using. So I initially got prescribed when I was 21 years old. I went out with the girlfriends in cosmetology school, ran my mouth. And this girl, totally, I swear to this day, she was a dude dressed in a girl's outfit, but like she two-pieced me. She broke my face and my cheekbone. I fucking
Oh
ran.
shit.
Delco fucking suburb bitch in Kensington with long blonde hair at the time. Like, oh my God, look at me. And she was like, boom, boom. I was like, I'm out of here. But I had my nose broke and my cheek, and they had to fix it while I was awake. I had no insurance. And I remember he was my boyfriend at the time. And he said, what did they give you? I said, I don't even fucking know. And I didn't know. And he looked at the books, said, try one, they're fun. And I was like, okay. I took one and I was like, the warm and fuzzy feel, like I just felt like I was so in love. And I didn't like do it every day. That didn't come for a long time. Like I'd had a baby. I was a very good mom. I was very active, but like there was days where I'm like, oh, I got to go to a baseball game. I'm gonna need a fucking purse before I go to this.
Oh wow. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like another level of wine mom in a
yeah.
way. Like that's kind of like that gets
Like
normalized. But
when my son was in eighth grade, I went to his parent teacher conference. This is so bad, and I fell asleep in the circle with the teachers. Not only that, I get out, I go to the car, I must have fell asleep again. The cops show up. I have to do a sobriety field check in front of my son's fucking school.
holy shit.
And my son's a cop now too. So
Right, I knew that. I knew
I
that. So when you were like a teenager, high school and stuff, did you experiment with any other drugs or anything like that? Or
mean, no, I like smoked weed and shit, but like nothing.
yeah, nothing
Yeah.
heavy, right? Just the
Not
normal stuff.
so they say weed is the gateway drug. I'm gonna stop that idea because
Yeah.
I was smoking weed for 20 years and then did meth at 44. So
Okay.
that's how
So so like the what area of Delco are you from officially?
Aston.
Oh, you're not okay. Newman University. It's
It says it's not Delco and you can fuck off because it 100% is Delco.
yeah, it is. So how do you think the Delco upbringing and like how I mean you're totally Delco. I get that. I don't mean that in a derogatory way. You're a good representation because I'm from South Philly.
I used to say I'm from Delco, my cracked tooth, but I got that shit fixed.
Very nice.
I love growing up Delco. Like my parents were raised in Delco. My dad is Delco. My dad's from Ridley. My dad's a douchebag. He's funny. And like I'm in recovery, and this man drinks starting at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. on. Yeah, I had to climb out. He had to climb through the other window the other day. Like he's just
He's just
again.
blue collar guy growing up. Like
Yeah, my mom was also a nurse.
okay.
She was like a real nurse. She worked at Crozier, and she worked there for 56 years. She worked up until she was 74. My dad was an interior graver, I think. I don't know what he did, but I know that he does like Scott paper. He used to do the little flowers on there. So this I found out there was no Santa Claus. I'll tell you real quick. So they ran out of wrapping paper. My dad used to do like the Mr. Goodbar and Hershey bar sheets. So my mom ran out of my paper, not my sister's. My mom wrapped my shit with Mr. Goodbar. That's how I found out there was no fucking Santa Claus. I was also 13, so I think it was about time, sister.
Yeah, that's well, yeah, that's a little late, but that's cool. Um, so being a hairdresser, I mean, I don't know, you don't really share much about that from what I've heard on stage. It's kind of like you talk about the nurse experience, obviously that makes sense. But what led you down the path of like just cosmetology, that kind of thing?
I went to Delaware County Community College and I sucked at everything. Like
There
I'm
you go.
just like, I'm just gonna put it out there. I should not. I mean, even hairdressing is pushing it for me for professionalism because I'm not professional, like at all. I'm too Delco for Chester County, that's for sure. These salons out here, they're like, "No, I'm like, no, not for me.
Hmm.
But I'm good at it. I was in like Brides magazine, and I actually went back to school because I just felt like my son wasn't gonna like. I wanted to have like insurance, medical insurance, because my husband at the time was like had his own business and stuff, so we didn't have insurance. Like just that, just like down the line type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That makes
401ks and shit. Like nursing. I mean, hairdressing, you don't get any benefits at all. It actually sucks.
Oh yeah, I know. Unless you own
Yeah.
your own salon or whatever it might be,
Yeah.
you have to really do the whole thing. I get that. Um,
But I
you
worked
remind me of so many people I grew up with, girls I grew up with. Like if that,
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in South Philly, so you all would be the
Your
girls
husband's
that
from
kick the shit
Southwest.
out of me. So what's that?
My husband's from Southwest.
Your husband's from Southwest? Yeah.
Southwest. That's what people are always like, are you Italian? I'm like, only by injection.
I'm assuming I'm going to make the assumption of like Irish Catholic growing up, but maybe not. I know
I'm
maybe.
Polish.
Irish
A
culture.
pedestrian or a Presbyterian, same fucking thing.
See, I always that's the small world of South
I don't
Philly.
know what that is.
Everybody, that's like just, I have no idea. Actually, I agree.
My dad tells people that he's a pedestrian.
Pedestrian's a great way.
And I'm like, I
We
still do
walk
this just
everywhere.
in case. Just in case. You never know.
Yeah, I kind of, stopped that a long time ago too.
You know, like in Delaware County, everything's a village. Like there's Riddle Village, White Horse Village. I
Okay.
worked in every single nursing facility village there is in Delaware County. You name it, I worked there and got fired. Guaranteed. Worked there and got fired.
So what's that? What's that life like as nursing? Were you dealing mainly with senior citizens, or dealing with like
Yeah, because
everyone?
I was also not a registered nurse. I was a licensed practical nurse, which is like below them.
Mm-hmm.
We all do the same thing, but they go through way more school. They're way smarter. But I don't remember ever like loving it. It was like a lot of old people. Like I would have to go in and cat this older man. His name was Bill, same as my dad, and he had a prostate problem. And you had to go in and cat like stick the tube through the dick hole.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but 84-year-old men don't really like you playing with their dick hole. So I come in, I'm like, Bill, and he had to get it done every shift. So I'm like, Bill, I'm gonna have to stick it. He's like, don't touch my dick. Don't touch. It starts screaming. He's like, she's touching my dick. And then his like daughter walks in. I'm like, I am not touching his dick. I'm just trying to do my fucking job.
There are very few things that make me cringe more than the thought of a catheter, and I've never had it done. I immediately, it's a terrible situation. Like I just kind of just
Speaking
scrunch
of,
up.
and then if they have foreskin, you got to peel it back
Ah,
with the tube. And then they got, oh God, I'm gonna stop because
yeah, that's a lot. That's
it's a
intense.
lot. No way would I ever do it again.
Yeah, I've worked around a lot of CNAs, and it's admirable work, I gotta say, because I work in the nonprofit world, and I used to have a senior like care as part of what we did. So we had CNAs run that for the most
It's,
part. Yeah.
I mean, it was weird. I can't believe the fact that like I used to clean shit out of people's assholes. And like, but not even like it, that was like the CNA. I never was that type of nurse who was like, let me go get the CNA to clean your ass. I cleaned your fucking ass. I'm not going to get another
Yeah.
person. That's that type of nurse. Fuck off. They're awful.
Yeah.
CNAs do a lot of work and they don't get any fucking credit.
No, you're right about that. It's a really tough job, and that's good on you, because a lot of people would be pieces of shit like that. Just call someone else in. Yeah, that's very strange, especially in like a care situation.
But like the money, obviously, I went from like I was a nurse for 18 years, making very good money to nothing. And let me tell you how many people want to hire you. Even with 18 years, I have a nursing degree still, even though I'm suspended for something. That's another thing that pisses me off, is because like it'll always say that like in black and white, it's gonna say that I used when I fucking didn't. But and I wrote to Harrisburg, I wrote to my Caroline committee, I wrote to everyone and anyone that listened, and no one. It's been like a year and a half, no one said anything. But
yeah, that sucks.
and then like trying to like navigate what I was gonna do next, because like yeah, comedy's fun, and I never stood on stage before ever in my life. October was the first time I ever put a microphone in my hand.
Oh, that was going to be one of my questions. I always ask that. What was your background? Any kind of performing, or just like
No,
funny around
I
family and
did
friends?
school. I
Right.
did 13 years of tap dance, and I don't know shit.
What was that? Why was
Jazz.
that a thing for so long? Is that still a thing? Like dancing school?
Jones Dancing Studio in Delco.
Okay. There were so many of the little schools in South Philly like that too. Again, everyone I dated was like a dancer, so at some point.
I mean, I don't know shit now. I can still tap dance though. I won't show you though because I got a bad hip.
That's all right. Oh yeah, we'll get to that. I do follow you on social media, so
I know.
you're so interesting.
Thank you.
So you never performed before. You obviously have a lot of charisma and a lot of attitude. So you take the class at Helium. What were some of the things that like really stick with you from that?
Well, first of all, the guy at Chip Changer, first of all, so he's from Tires, right? But like again, I just learned who Shane Gillis was in October. I didn't know who he was. I mean, I knew who Nikki Glacier was. Hannah Brenner, that's my girl from Summer House. She's so funny. And Amy Schumer, like those kind of girls. I'm a girl's girl, obviously. But like didn't really pay attention because like my whole world was like the recovery world for 3 years. Everything was about being clean and recovery. And like I love recovery. Whatever works for you, but like it gets annoying. The people get annoying. It's clicky. It's annoying. So like I needed some kind of other outlet. I wasn't working, so I was like, I'm just gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then like when you got like the first time getting feedback from like Chip, I was like, oh, maybe I am good at this.
That's great. That's great to like figure that out right then. That's funny because I think a lot of people's paths lead different ways. Like I was always into comedy, but didn't really get into it until I would say I was at like a low point, and I was like, I think it's time to get back into this and like perform. Um, so that's kind of where I've been. I thought I may have been at your first open mic or one of the first, but that wouldn't have been. I think that was in like January of this year. Um,
Could have been. Well, yeah. I don't know. I
I don't
don't
know. Doesn't matter. But so he did a class, and I always like to think about when I talk to people who do the classes, what are some things that maybe you've learned just going to mics and doing shows that like school hard knock stuff not learned in the class, not learned in a comedy class?
So I carry like a little notebook. Chip always say carry a little notebook around because there's always little things that you can write about. Like, so for me, it was like going to the dentist, and I didn't think it was like a big deal going to the dentist, but like I was so traumatized for the dentist. Not only the fact that I'm already anxious, like just like writing a whole bit on just your visit at the dentist, because like from top to bottom, like I wouldn't think about writing. So I always think it has to be like I always thought comedy had to be like a joke. Do you know what I mean? I didn't
I
realize
got
it
you.
was just more like a personality telling the story because that's more like me. Like I don't really sit there and think of like how jokes work. I just think of what's funny. I don't know. I can't explain it.
I hear you. No, no, that's a really good point because when you tell people, I'm sure you've had this happen that you like do comedy or you're into comedy. There's always like an uncle or somebody's like, "Oh, I have this joke here. I read this joke book." It's like that's not exactly what it is. I think nowadays it's more people telling stories.
Yeah.
I mean, it has been for a long time. People being themselves, and then obviously showing that you have the ability to write a joke too. You have to put that in there, but I think people getting to know you is important, which was some feedback that I got on Saturday night as well.
Sorry, I cut everyone off
No,
because I have
please go ahead.
ADHD and my mind goes like I have like it's like a pinball machine in here, and like you'll say one word and then something goes off and then I'm off,
I'd
and
rather
then I
you
don't
talk
even know.
over me than I talk over you. So yeah, go
And I
ahead.
think I have dementia. My son's like, well, it's probably meth induced dementia, but probably. And now I don't even know what I was going to say. Oh, I don't know what I was going to say. Oh yeah, but taking the class and like it was great because my whole family came, and like my sister even came, and my sister didn't talk to me for years, so it was like a way that everyone got to comedy for us. Everyone got together. Who doesn't love it? You know what I mean? And like
Right.
I think they all got surprised. They came to Healing to see the showcase. I was the headliner. Did my tap dancing.
Oh
I
yeah.
loved it. And like when I got done, everyone was like, "Oh my god!" Like I guess they thought like even my son who doesn't say anything. This is my son happy. This is my son sad. This is my son with a promotion. Like, there's just nothing. He's like, actually, oh, you're a lot better than I thought you were going to be. That was great. That was the best compliment I got.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's sweet. And how old's your son again?
24.
24. And
Mhm.
he's been a cop for a
1
few
year.
years. 1 year
Yes.
now.
Mhm.
Wow. All
Yes.
right. That's tough. Well, shout out to him. That's a
When
tough.
he was in school, literally learning how to be a dick, I called him. I was sitting in George W. with a phone call, and he answered the phone. He was like, bro. And like, I didn't know if he would ever talk to me again.
Wow. How has that been? The relationship is strong now. I mean,
Yeah. I
it's a
mean,
lot of work for that.
I think it helped because I have one, and he saw a lot because he saw the perks, and then he saw me like there was times where I would go visit him when I was high on meth, and I'd be like talking to his raviolis, like just like
Yeah.
someone dropped me off. I don't even know who it was. Like just they have to remind me of the things I do, or like I'll look back, I'm like, oh my god. But I was always worried like he's not gonna know that I was like a good mom when he was younger. He's not gonna remember the baseball. Like my son was a fucking pussy. My son never left my side. I would have to shower and he would be like in the bassinet, and I'd be like, Mommy's right here. And then like I try to put him in his bed. He'd come up, he's like, What? Why did you leave me? What did you? And he would cry. We were attached at the hip. So he would have like friends sleep over. He's like, go sit down here with us. I'm like, he's like, are you gonna play kickball with us? I'm like, okay. I don't think the kid was ever getting laid. Put it that way.
Well, sometimes the mom-son relationship is special. My mom used to call me a kitchen bitch because I used to hang out with the ladies all the time,
Oh,
like my
how
aunts
did
and
you know?
so I learned how to have a conversation. What's that? Siblings? Just one brother.
How hard part.
He's 4 years younger than I am. So
And
yeah,
how are you?
40.
Oh,
Yeah.
but you're still millennial, right?
I am an elder millennial or whatever.
Millennial.
Yeah, like close to Gen X, I guess, whatever they call it. So, so you're considered Gen X then? Yeah.
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 Back in the day when I couldn't get a dick pic, even if I tried. You know what to do? If I gotta get a dick pic, you'd have to take your mom's camera. Then you'd have to go to Ready to develop it. Wait a week. I got in trouble for that once. I picked up my honeymoon pictures, and my husband at the time, did not tell me that he took the do not disturb sign and hung it around his dick. So when I went to pick it up, yeah, mhm. Good
I
times.
mean,
Good
that's just
times.
fun stuff, though.
Mhm.
So like you grew up during fun times. I mean, so like kind of like the '90s, right, is your era. If you're a decade older than me, like what?
Pulsations, bebop.
Are you a freestyle person? I think you as a freestyle person. Are you a freestyle music person? Yeah.
Listen, I was on like the Pulsations box with my girls, and we had like a routine that, like up there. And then one time, Banks McCoy fell off. So
Who? What?
Bangs McCoy. I have nicknames for every single one of my friends.
Oh, Bangs McCoy.
Yeah, she had these bangs that just went like this. So I call her Bangs McCoy. There's always Cracky McCrackerson. Figure that one out.
Yeah.
She smokes crack.
Yeah.
And there's Dory, because Dory, she'll meet you. I knew her for a year and a half, and then she asked me what my last name was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
Overall crackhead, so maybe that's it.
Jesus, this is fun. So I don't know where I was going to go with that. We're talking about your son. That relationship's good. So, and you obviously you've had a good relationship with your parents, but moving on to your own place. Congratulations.
They just breathe. That's all they're doing. Like I will walk out and it's like 8 o'clock in the morning. My dad's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Open up my fucking eyeball." Like, what are you doing? And then my mom's like, "Well, today I'm gonna go to Velma's." And I'm like, "I already know, Joan. You're going to Velma's at 2 o'clock at the Ashley's. You're probably gonna have a salad." I heard the whole entire conversation before I even fucking woke up. My dad's like, "Are we that bad?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah."
Yeah,
And I came home with Botox, and my dad's like, "Huh? I thought you said you were gonna get some Botox. You look the same." I'm like, "Oh God, help me."
that the routine of being older, I think, is also a reason to do something like comedy. Like you
Yes.
gotta stay away from that, like of just the mundane shit that is day to day, just boring. I think comedy helps with that.
How I can be sober and be in a bar. But I'm like, well, they're not serving methamphetamine, they're serving alcohol. And like
Right.
alcohol was never like my thing. I
Yeah.
just I just love drugs more, I guess. I don't know. I'm
Are
not
you
gonna
at this
drink
point
to
like
find out.
totally sober? Like don't drink, no nothing else, or
Go.
I don't know if
I do weed gummies because I have a broken hip.
yeah. Yeah,
And
but
I
who
was
doesn't do
in this
weekends?
hip for like a whole entire year. And like even on the nursing board, you're not allowed to take a leave. There's something in the leave. Like there's certain things you can't even take like Mucinex. So as soon as I got off that, my pain, I didn't know where it was coming from. So I was like, I'm just gonna take weed gummies. I figured it was like my sponsor doesn't agree, and that's fine. Everybody has their own twist on it, but it's either that or a Percocet. And I'm not gonna take a fucking Percocet. And the
Mhm.
weed's helping me, so I'm just going with my thing.
Hey, I think that's cool. I mean, it was supposed to be medicinal anyway, so
I
that
have
makes
bars. It's not
yeah,
like getting it all. I'm not sucking dick for my weed pen. You
right,
know what I mean?
right. So,
Like I
so
don't think it's the same addiction.
no, it is certainly not. I had a friend of mine who worked with a guy who had a heroin addiction, and he just said like he would still like have beers here and there, but he's like, I'll never call myself sober. He's like completely. He's like, I'm off drugs. He's like, but I'd like to have a drink. Like so, obviously, same thing. I'm sure his sponsor, whoever wouldn't.
It's like I don't know what to call myself because I don't drink. I don't do any kind of drug. I just smoke the weed. Well, actually, eat it, the gummy,
Hmm.
whatever.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's all legal now anyway. So
yeah.
that's alcohol is not my thing either. I don't really drink. I have a drink here and there, but um,
I think drinking though looks good. Like
it
I
does.
went to the Nikki Glaser concert, and I'm not gonna lie, I ordered an espresso martini without the martini inside of it. I was like, just don't put any alcohol in it. He was like, what? And I'm like, I just want to like pretend. And
Yeah,
I sat down and I pretended.
it makes sense. My girlfriend stopped drinking like 3 years ago, and we've both gotten into like non-alcoholic beer. She likes more mocktails. I don't really care about that. I'll just have
She
some
stopped
soda.
drinking for a reason, or
She
just
thought it was like time to like. She just kind of didn't like the feel. We had a long 2023 with like a lot of partying and drinking, and it was never like either one of us have been in a program or anything like that. But I kind of
right.
like joined in support. And I never liked, like you said, like alcohol was never my thing. I was a weed guy forever, so that's
Yeah.
why I like psychedelics, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But
Technically, psychedelics are mushrooms, and they're from the ground, so technically they're allowed to.
exactly, they're from the ground. Eventually, when I'm older, I'd like to do like an ayahuasca trip, like do one of those. I know it's like fashionable now. I just don't have that kind of money, so I think at some point I would go do that. But
Just don't go like all wackadoodle on your brain.
no.
I
I do
the guy
it like once.
told me that he had a conversation with God when he was on mushrooms. And I'm like, I think I'm gonna go. Like, I think I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
You could have told me that before you fucked me. No,
Yeah. No, I just went to a Grateful Dead concert and cried about my dead friend. That's all. That's fine. I don't say I took the yacht.
Was alive. Mama was at a Dead show with Jerry.
Holy shit! What was the scene like back then? How was the scene back then?
Right out.
What were you? Did you do the lot and all that?
Yeah, I mean, oh my God, Grateful Dead shows and then Fish.
Yeah, I don't really
Stone
like
Temple
Fish.
Pilots.
Stone
Pearl
Temple
King.
Okay.
Then I was also the other side of me was like Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
The magician. I was also like the hip hop chick. So
yeah.
In my head.
No, I relate to that too. I grew up classic rock all from my dad, and my generation's all rap. Like,
you were in South Philly, never mind.
I went to Roman Catholic in Center City.
Oh.
Yeah, it's it's a weird, but I have a joke about it that they shout Roman Catholic at basketball games. That's like very aggressive. So I'm working on that. But the alcohol cosplaying thing also could be a bit of like, it's the only real like addiction where we get to kind of pretend that we have it by having like NA beers and like a mocktail or whatever.
What is it? NA beer? Is that like just O'Doul's?
Well, there's a lot more than that now, but like, yeah, it is like O'Doul's, but because
I'm gonna go do a line of sugar for fun.
Yeah, but people are like kind of oh wait, I don't want to ruin his joke, but Matt McCusker has a joke for a long time. I think it might be the special about like being what did he say? About being a vegan but eating like vegan meat or fake meat. And he's like, that's kind of like saying you're not gay but walking around sucking on a dildo. I thought you'd appreciate that. You know what I like about you actually at Mike's, and you are one of the people that gives like the most honest feedback as an audience member who's also a comic. Like you've laughed a lot, and then I said something gross one time, and you groaned. I'm like, oh, if I'm making McClain groan, I probably should not say whatever I just said. So it's nice.
The stage and something like yes, a lot of that stuff that I say is my life. I'm not really so like I come across apparently I found out that like a whore. Now that's not the case, but I came off and another comedian, which I will not say who, came out and he said, "Oh, yeah, I'd like to tear that pussy up." I said, "No, thank you. What the fuck gives you the right to talk to me like that?" And then when I saw him again, I had on leather pants, and he said, "No, you wore the leather pants for me." I'm like, "Dude, you have on fucking Crocs, and you think I wore these leather pants? You have on Crocs." Enough said. No fucking Crocs.
There is a creepiness. I've interviewed a lot of women, so that we kind of talk about this a lot. So you brought it right up. Like, I'm not in your shoes. Like, I can see it, but I can see it of like the creepiness of men on the scene. Like, do you feel like were you expecting that going into a field like comedy, or is it something that has like kind of surprised you, like the misogyny and like maybe?
Actually, that other than him, like no one else really. Everyone leaves me alone.
Oh, that's great.
I think everyone's scared of me. I'm like the female comedian that will never get laid. Like they say female comedians don't. I truly understand why. So I was dating this guy. So after my loser addict boyfriend, like the whole chaos or whatever, I met a dude that was a cop. Is not a cop anymore because he stole all the evidence, right? The banana boats of like oxys and perks. But I guess I trauma bonded because he was not a cop anymore and he was like, fine. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't his title anymore. And here they took his badge and he hadn't been a cop for 10 years, but he was still clean, not taking. So I was like, huh. And like, I was at the lowest point not being a nurse. I had no idea what I wanted to do. So we started like, he was just getting divorced, said he wanted a friends with benefit. Let me just tell you how that works. It doesn't. So he wanted to be a friends with benefits. And what that means is He wanted me to act like a girlfriend, but he wasn't going to be a boyfriend at all. So he ended up like he broke my heart. He blocked me. And then like I reach out, like I was so desperate and so annoying to myself that I'm embarrassed that I not lowered myself, but like he clearly didn't want me. And I kept saying, take me, please. Like I was begging this dude. But like that, I don't like that feeling. I never was in love with anyone but my husband. So like to feel that and then to know that he doesn't feel the same way sucks. Because the last time it happened, I was 12. I don't like love. I think it sucks dick. And that's why I used to say like, oh, boo, marriage. But that's not the case. Like I think marriage is great. I had a good time. I gave it the college try and now it's over.
So marriage is great, love is bad. Is that the takeaway? Or?
I don't know. My mom's like, oh, yeah, I just want you to meet someone so you don't die alone. I'm like, why? That sounds fucking amazing. Dying alone sounds really fucking good. As long as I have my kid and hopefully grandkids and his wife and my ex, I'm fine. I have a very good relationship with my ex-husband. So if I feel like I want to be married or need someone, I'll just annoy him for an hour and I'll be good. Like me and my ex-husband have a very good marriage. That shows you how amazing ex-wife I am because when my son graduated from college in August of, I don't fucking know, 2 years ago, my son was going to Mexico. And I was like, oh, I would love to go. Last time I went away was, God, our honeymoon. And he's like, oh, you should come with us. I was like, who am I going to go with? Because I'm alone. And he's like, just go with daddy. So I called my ex-husband. So me and my ex-husband went with my son and his girlfriend. I stayed in the same hotel room and I slept in the same bed as my ex-husband and nothing happened.
Wow.
And I'm like, I love him to death, just not like that.
Yeah, I think those kind of relationships with people are rare. I don't think you get a second go around with something like that. And
if he wasn't an addict, I don't think he would understand as much. But because he like suffered a little bit too, I think he was more understanding of like, I'm not going to be stuck like that forever. Some are stuck like that forever, but
yeah.
And unfortunately, he just lost his sister on January 8th, and then 2 days later lost his mother.
Oh, that's really rough.
Yeah,
that's rough. So you guys have just an amicable relationship, like you said. You're just cool with one another.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's so he co-signs for my apartment because apparently with a criminal background you can't get an apartment unless you have a co-signer. So he's doing that for me.
Oh, well, shout out to your ex-husband. That sounds really nice. And
I'm just kidding.
I don't think that being with someone just to not die alone is ever a really good reason either. It's funny when people say that. Same thing with like having kids.
My Facebook dating thing says I'm on here because I don't want to die alone. Do you know what I want? Do you want to tell you, Steve? I'm going to tell you what I want.
Go ahead.
Okay, I want to move out. I'm going to have my one bedroom, and I just want to have a friend. Like, I just want to have a friend that I'd be like, hey, I want to come over, hang out, watch a movie, fuck, and then go home. And then, like, call me again when you want to do it again, or I'll call you. And then until that happens, like, okay. You live your life. I don't got to meet your kids. I don't got to know your fucking mother. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're every man's fantasy. I get it. I understand.
No. Okay, well, find me one.
Yeah, no, a lot of people are. I know a lot of people want to be locked down and whatever forever. Like I said, I've been in a relationship for a decade, so I can't.
So you've been together for 10 years and you haven't put a ring on it yet?
No, we didn't want that. So.
Oh, that's good then.
Yeah. So everyone asked that question though. That's fair.
It's not for everybody. I mean, it's just a piece of paper.
It is just a piece of paper, and it often ends up worse than not in the experience that I've had and seen. So when you see every one of my dad has 4 brothers, everyone has been divorced at least once.
My sister, she married her high school sweetheart. So I have one sister. We're 16 months apart, almost Irish twins. Her name, ready for this? She's gonna fucking kill me. Her name is Danae. Dinaa, spelled the whitest white trash way possible. But her middle name is May. That's what makes it worse. Danae McClain. Did we grow up on a fucking farm bill? Did you fuck your cousin? I'm not understanding what's going on. Fucking Danae May.
Danae May is wild.
When we were little, I used to be like, May. But not to mention, she was the chubbier of the two. So when I was little, I was like super, super skinny, like a big fucking anorexic head. I only ate peanut butter and fluff. And she was a chomper. She was like, But so she was a little chopper. She had freckles, little pudge nose, and she had to wear a fucking brace in between. She had to wear a brace in between her legs because she was pigeon-toed. So she had to be like a bar. She'd be like this. And then on top of that, she'd lisp. So she'd talk like this. I thought for sure there was going to be no fucking help for her, but she ended up being normal.
Uh,
Yeah.
she's probably getting you back with your hip replacement now.
I know, right?
I don't want to gloss over the fact that you just said fluff, which was one of my favorite sandwiches. Can you still eat it? It's too sweet. I think it's too sweet now.
Can't eat any peanut butter since I went to jail.
Wow, is that like all they give you?
Yeah, when you're on suicide watch, they only give you bags, sandwich bags, and it's like because you can't like tie, can't kill yourself with.
Yeah.
I mean, you're naked. You have nothing. They took away my thumbs. Like, what am I going to do with them? But they gave you, and the peanut butter smelled so bad, so I just can't even. They gave you these little bags, and I was saving them because I was tying looses so I could put it around my fucking neck, and then I was carving "Sorry Gavin" in my arm because that's how I was going to die. Because there's no way to kill yourself in jail.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're Jeffrey Epstein, but
suicide watch, I guess there'd be a way.
Suicide watch. And I'm sorry, I know we talked about this in the beginning. How long were you in jail?
17 days.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I didn't miss anything like crazy like years.
Listen, to me, it was 17 years. Okay, because I don't know if you know what jail is like, but there's nothing in America, in the United States of America, that I would do to go. They tell me not to jaywalk. I ain't fucking jaywalking. There's nothing in the world that I would do. My ex, who this is a great fucking story. My ex, who I used with, he why I was in like recovery, all that stuff. He was like still trying. He went back to jail twice, been in 3 rehabs, like just. So then he says he's clean, but he's like doing this dumb shit, and he's stealing. He's impersonating Verizon worker, going out there, cutting down wire, cutting it, stripping it, taking it to strip yards, copper, money, making all this stuff. It's like a whole scam. And then like reaching out to me, asking me if I can do watches and all this stuff. I thought, you must be higher than shit to think that I'm going to go do a lookout for you to go steal copper wire when you are human being that could work like a normal person. Go fuck yourself. I was making $12 an hour shampooing hair. You're going to tell me that you're going to go steal some wire? No. So I remember the detective called me. This was all recently. Asked me how I knew him. I'm like, listen, whatever you need, like I will hand my phone in because I want to know parts of this man. People live like that. Still live so sick.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't. I mean, I'm lucky. I haven't. I'll say that I just haven't experienced a lot on that side of of things. It's like working in social services and things like that. I've seen stuff. I'm not a social worker. Again, it's kind of like my job's easy, but yeah, I think I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm like stalling out. I think I just like but just seeing like a lot of people that I grew up with go down like rough paths, especially like growing up during kind of like the opioid epidemic, like that kind of hit when I was in college, basically. I think that kept me on like a pretty good path.
You didn't have a Delco doctor either, because like the Delco doctor that I had, I'm not mentioning any names, but they'll give you whatever you want. I mean, you can get, not now, but like back then, and like this was in, oh my God, I broke my news. I was 21, so that was 30 years ago. 30 years ago. Yeah. And like, even through then, I remember like not purposely getting in accidents, but I would have like a little fender bender, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I could like go to therapy when I didn't even fucking need it just to get the pills. Like I fixed therapy just to get drugs.
I started taking the Vicodin and kind of like liked it.
And
then I realized like my boss I knew she kept like, oh, is it trazodone or tramadol? She had that.
Tramadol is a pain pill that they locked up now. But trazodone is something for sleep, but it's called
for sleep
because you wake up with a boner.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Just kidding.
It was the tramadol, but I would like drink and take one, and then it would be like the feeling I would say is just it kind of like went from like having fun to just immediately asleep. It was just like lights out for me anyway. That was the effect.
I would take a Percocet, like, oh my God, I'll do whatever you want. You want to go here? I'll go. Yeah, like I was like so euphoric all the time. I love everyone. And the next day would come and be like, oh, you said you would do this. I'm like, oh.
No, I
I
just
hate
had
that person.
I like wanted to have sex. I liked sex on on pain pills. But then
Really?
yeah, it was weird. I don't know why. I was also like in my early 20s. And like I said, this was like a 6 month period. It wasn't anything
Yeah. Because
long.
they eventually, because I mean, we got married, addicted, whatever, not addicted, because it wasn't until like later. And I knew I was addicted. My son was a baby, and I remember I dropped him off at Bangs McCoy's house, Lynn's
Mhm.
house, and she had watched my baby. She had, my best friend at the time, had no idea what I was going through, and like like you want to stop, you just don't like this. I started to get sick. I tried not to
Mm.
take a pill, and I got sick, and I was like, fuck. So we went to like a Suboxone doctor or whatever, and
Uh,
that we always ended up using again. But then I forgot to tell you when I was just separated and still taking pills before I went to rehab for the oxys, I took a Suboxone too early. Like you have to wait, I think it's 24 hours. And I think I waited like more because in my mind I was going through withdrawal and I needed something. So I took this piece of Suboxone and I ended up in precip and was on the ventilator for 7 fucking days.
Whoa.
7 days. I just remember like my mom coming in and she was like to my dad, she's like, call 911, she's having a stroke. And I woke up and I looked at my mom and I was like, why the fuck did you save me? Like I just wanted to fucking die that bad. So
Jesus.
yeah.
Yeah, that's dark. That's um what I did want to ask was more of a meth question because we covered a lot of drugs here, but like so you said about talking to the raviolis, like what is the feeling or like what can you remember about like those experiences? Like what does it I don't really know like what meth does
So
to a
I
person.
remember in the beginning, it was like so we would snort Adderall and like I've been on, if you can't tell, ADHD medication my whole entire life. But like I didn't notice I didn't snort shit. Like and then like he did, and then he quickly it turned from that to selling the pills and then doing meth. And then I just remember doing it and I just felt like I could do anything. Like there wasn't anything that I couldn't do. Like I became Picasso, first of all. I picked up a pen and a piece of paper. You should see what I can fucking draw. I don't even know. I like drew Amy Winehouse, pictures of people, never knew I could draw until I started doing meth because I would just sit there in the car. He would be like in the casino. That was another thing. Like a gambling addiction came along with that.
Mm.
And I was stealing and pawning. Like I walked out of his mom's house with a Dyson vacuum, and she was like, "Did you steal my Dyson vacuum?" And I was like, "No." She's like, "You're on the fucking ring camera walking out with it." I was like, "Oh." But just
Wow.
like the insanity of all that. And when I first got clean, I didn't know what to do with all that energy because there's like
Mhm.
a lot of like you fill that void with a drug, and then I was filling it with like shopping. Then I was filling it with like dudes, and I was gambling. It was just like I was always looking for something. I just didn't want to sit with myself. So
Mhm. Do you find that finally like finding comedy and performing is like calms the nerves and well, it obviously allows you to express yourself, but that centers you?
yeah, I mean, I just felt like when I first went on stage, I felt like I was 4 years old again, and like performing. I used to like perform in front of my friends, like dances, like little in front of them. But like, if I got to a big stage, absolutely not. It wasn't until I got into recovery and spoke from the table about my experience, strength, and hope, and like usage and all that I was like, huh. I mean, yeah, the first time was like scary, but now I'm like, I like getting up there.
That's great.
Yeah.
And how often do you go out to mics? Like try to hit
Well,
as
I'm
many
not
as you
working
can.
right now because I have a bad hip. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm not working because I don't fucking want to be honest. I was trying to get back into hair, started shampooing hair for $12 an hour. And I was like, I'm in so much pain. They probably thought I was a fucking puss. I'm like, I cannot do this. But here I have to get a left total hip. So
Mm,
that's why I was having so much pain. But I don't work. I go like 4 nights a week. I go out.
that's great.
Yeah.
And you're everywhere really.
Yeah.
You're in
So
the city, you're Delaware, Delco, yeah.
Pottstown. I was in Pottstown. I go to the Rivet in Pottstown for die
Okay.
laughing. Dan Cuda, he's on oxygen.
Yes.
I'm gonna fuck this up. He's on oxygen because he got a bad lung. He needs a new lung. I don't really know what the fuck's wrong. I just know it's bad. And he started like this thing, while he's waiting for a lung, like a comedy thing. Like you might as well die laughing.
Yeah, I see. He
Yeah.
came out Friday night to Steve Rinaldi Stress Factory show, so I had seen him there. But I don't really know Dan. I just know that story.
Yeah.
So it's good that he's doing that.
And I went to Soul Jewel the other night, and then I go to Bar 13. I
I
love
still have to get down to Bar 13.
so
Bar
much fun.
13 seems like wild. That's why I
It's
wanted to check.
It's
Okay.
seems a lot, and it is because it's also a sex couple on the other nights, but there's no sex scene going on over there.
Wait,
Just
there's
don't
no,
sit on the
oh,
benches and you're fine because there's probably sperm on the benches. But other than that, you're fine.
I'm gonna check out. I'm gonna check out Kings Highway on Thursday night. I haven't been there yet. It just opened. That's in Bristol. Just opened like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Bristol?
Yeah.
Oh, I went there. Brandon Davis. Bradford Davis.
No, that's out in Berwyn.
Oh,
This is I've been to the Bradford's Mike once too. I know which one you're talking about. This is up like northeast, like far northeast. Yeah. Yeah.
did you ever go to Comedy John?
A long time ago. I haven't done the Comedy John since I really started doing comedy.
I
But
like that there. I like it
yeah,
there. In the grape room, you know.
Grape Room's great. That
Yeah.
I'm afraid to use the word favorite, but no one listens to this. Grape Room might be my favorite, but somewhere else. I've been doing some in Jersey as well.
I went to one in Jersey. I went to see my friend out there. Steve Kane was out there, my friend Mike, whatever. But it was a good time. It was fun. And that's
Yeah.
actually not that far. Like I am like Westchester, I'm in the middle for everything. So it's like 54 minutes to Pottstown or 45 minutes to whatever that Phoenix, whatever the fuck it is. Then it's like 45 minutes to Philly, half hour to
Yeah.
Delaware. Like I'm in like straight in the middle. That's why I go to all of them.
That's a good spot. Yeah, that's really good. It's a little like the St. Mike's and stuff. That's a little far from me.
Yeah. That's in Mount Clair.
Yeah,
It's
so
far from me too, but
Jersey and Philly. I know. It's like I'm at a point where that's not really an excuse to just to do it. I want to try and hit as many shows as I can.
I had to work full time though. I couldn't do.
That's tough too because I'm in work usually by like 8 in the morning. So that's late night mics, hour-long drives is a tough thing. But I try to go out 2 or 3 times a week, and I'm working on getting booked more, so that's helpful.
Yeah, I have to say, like me coming into this, and I I'll be honest, I don't care about they're paying me to do this. It's not about money for me. Obviously, I don't give a shit.
Hmm.
And but I will say like anything, you notice a lot of things that go on. Like I am the first one to be like, well, what do I don't have that they have? You know what I mean? Like, why is she getting booked and I'm not? Like, I think I'm funny. Like I do all that just like in your fucking head. That I'm like, you know what? Who gives a fuck? Whatever's meant to happen will happen. I'm like, I am not trying to be like, well, pick me. I don't really give a shit if you pick me. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, I don't give a fuck.
No, that's great, and I think and you're gonna make your friends, and then there's also there's the meritocracy to it. When you're good, you're gonna get up. People recognize you. You're doing what you do, and you take. I think the great thing about this is you can make it whatever you want. Like I never had a real dream of being a stand-up comedian, but I always wanted to like make films. So I'm kind of like, well, this is the entryway to something like that. But I've always loved stand-up comedy. Like from promoting shows and stuff like that back in the day.
I don't know what like somebody asked me what my style was, and it's obviously not clean. But like I just think it's like the thing I got for the Amish reel with the girl. She says like if you swallow your man's jizz, you look younger. I did a whole bit just like thinking like, wow, that's true. Like I think about this shit. But then I think like sometimes sometimes I just go up there and I'm completely fucking blank. And then like I just think of divorce, drugs, and I just think of something. I'm like, I gotta find something to say.
I like that, and I think it's like picking the mics of like where to be, where to bring your prepared material and where to be free. Like last night at the Grape Room, I wish I would have done more prepared material, but I was like, I'm just gonna do some shit I wrote today because all week I had 2 shows over the weekend, and I was like, I'm just tired of repeating myself. I know that's the game, I know that's what we do, but I was like, I want to say something new. Plus, everyone here has heard this before,
right?
So
it's hard.
It's hard, and that's being in your own head. If there was an audience in the first half, like a big audience, I would not have just like spitballed too. So I have judgment around that. So we talked.
I have a whole thing just on my dad. Like he has a whole funeral idea, like the whole. That's what I'm going to try to do tonight. So there's this guy that I met, and he was like, Keith Purnell, I think that is his name, and he was like reached out and he was like trying to give me advice. So he wants me to do like a full 5 minutes on like my dad's funeral idea. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ. Because what happens, I get up there and then I'm like, my brain starts to like pinball and then I go off into something else. And then I never say what I want to say.
Do you write a lot? Do you sit down and actually write out your stuff too?
I do write a lot, but
yeah,
when I write it, you should see how many notebooks. I have like 4 notebooks and none of them are filled. I have a laptop that I type in. Like everything is just like that's how my life is. I'm chaotic. I'm a
Mm.
mess. I've always been like this, apparently.
Okay. I mean, but you're reeling in what works for you. So I think everybody's got like a different process.
Yeah.
And I have to like at this point I have to like sit and it's hard. It's hard to write down jokes. And I write, but
When I live here, I don't know. I've been living in a bedroom for the last 7 years. Like I've never had a place of my own. I feel like once I finally get over there in 8 days, that I will be like able to like just be a little bit more organized with my stuff.
mhm.
I'm like, I'm not in a rush to find a job because I was supposed to get my hip done on the 7th. Now I have to wait till September 22nd.
What's the recovery time like on that? Would you
6 weeks.
6 weeks? Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, she said I could drive in like a week
Okay.
if I'm good. I go to the pool and swim, so I'm hoping like this will be speedy recovery and Shannon can hurry up and go.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I hope
That's my
this is
fruit.
that's all right.
I do that all the time.
Um, have you thought about like in the future what the name? I think you're a good person that would have a good name of a special. Have you given any thought? Like, what would your special be?
Well, I remember, what was it? Addict's Diary was the first one I had. I wrote like a little, I used to have a journal, Addict's Diary. But now, I don't know. I don't know. My life is so shot out. Probably shot out. Shot the fuck out. Everyone says that to me. And I'm like, I don't know if this is a good thing anymore. I don't think this is like, I think you're making fun of me. I don't. And like, I remember too, before like recovery, even have a little bit clean time. I had a best friend. We grew up since we were three. She had years clean. But like, in recovery, something just switched. We're not friends anymore. Long story short, she decided she was a cunt instead. So now that she's
Okay.
a cunt, we're not friends. But like, if I was still friends with her, I wouldn't be doing this. Do you ever have someone who kind of like, not intentionally, they're not doing it intentionally, but they shelter you and you don't even know it until you're not friends with them anymore?
Yes.
So like,
Yeah,
I thank her and I hate her all at the same time, you know?
that makes sense. I had a conversation with someone, a real good friend of mine, who lost her best, like she and her best friend from like childhood haven't spoken, but she's like, there's really no coming back. She's like, there's no in between for
Yeah.
somebody who was a best friend. She's like, I can't now be your acquaintance. She's like, it's all or nothing. And
Well, I know
they
that
had like a
there's just
falling
for a
out.
three.
Yeah.
There's a, I don't know. I'm
No,
just a
there's
girl girl.
strong connection, and I think yeah, that's hard. That's hard. But what you said about people holding you back, I think a lot of famous people, a lot of people who are artists have always had say like there's a that person in their family. It's like you can't do that. Like almost like there's and you hate to say this, but there's like a jealousy because those people want to do that but are unwilling to take the risk. That's
You know, do you have any idea what my family, when I went to the 50 years old, I was like, I think I'm going to be a stand up comedian. They were like, what the fuck is she on now? What the fuck is she smoking in that fucking room of hers? Because like, they all are like, okay, like just ignored me. But then like my parents came out to Pottstown the other night and saw me. And Bill and Joan, I drove them all the way out there. The air didn't work. Anyway, I was driving them and my dad's a drinker, like I said, and we got pulled over because I was speeding. And then my dad's like, oh, Jesus Christ, we're going to go to fucking jail. I'm like, Dad, don't fucking talk because I will get another DUI because your whiskey breath is coming up through the front and they're going to arrest me for your breath. Like, I'm going to get a DUI for you. And I was like, well, it's a good thing they didn't take you away. I'm like, for what? What are they going to take me away for? It's like, if I could have a camera on them too, I could have a reality show with them too, for sure.
oh, 8 more days. You'll be 8 more days. You're all right.
Right?
Um, so on a comedy note, what's some stuff that's working for you right now? Like any kind of material bits you'd want to share, and what are some things that like don't work for you but make you laugh and other comedians laugh? If they don't work for audiences, you just like to do it.
I know one thing that the audience likes that I fucking hate doing. When I say, oh, apparently I've been a nurse for 18 years, apparently you can't be a nurse and do methamphetamine at the same time. Pennsylvania State Board of Nursing frowns upon it. I know it's funny and it gets a clap, but I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate
I
it.
mean, it's funny.
And then the whole Amish reel, I do that. I've been trying to practice, like, because I was like, oh, they say sperm is loaded with love and happiness. I'm like, mine's only been loaded with disappointment and regret. Like, but I hate sometimes it's when I freeze, I'll just jump to that Amish reel because
Okay.
I know it gets a laugh every time. Because why is it not funny that you have jizz on your face and it's supposed to make you look younger? Because if
Right.
that was the case, Hello. Should look like I'm 14.
I did a jizz joke Saturday night, so up now I have to ask your opinion on it. And I got good feedback, but it was a crowd that I did not know. Like Friday night was like a real show at the Stress Factory, and then I did another show Saturday night, which was also a real show. But but these people weren't really ready for comedy. As older crowd, that kind of thing. And I hit them with like, I'm so old that I had to clean up my first sexual experience with MapQuest papers, which always kind of gets a laugh. And then I say, eventually I got a GPS and something else to spit in. And I lost them at the spit line, and I talked to the headliner. He's like, you were good up there. He's like, you got 5 minutes. He's like, these people don't know you yet. He's
Yeah.
like, and that like too quick turns the female audience. That's what he said in particular. But I mean, are you running across that, or are you like conscious of like when you're going to hit them with like
No.
you just
No
do it
idea what's going on in here. That's the problem. And I bring up a piece of paper
right?
and I look at it. I bring it up. I've never once looked at my paper while I'm standing on stage. I don't think once. I think one time I was like, oh, what do I got here? And it actually ended up working. So maybe I should look at my paper. But I get so like, I want everyone to know everything right now. So I can tell you what I can tell you in 5 minutes. I can tell you in 2.5. Because I'm like,
Okay.
and then I'm like, oh, fuck, now what?
Yeah.
So I think if I just slow down, because it's not really so much of like that it's a joke. I think it's just what I'm saying or how I'm saying it. So like I watched like if you watch Bill Cosby himself is like way back, and he's not making any jokes. He's like talking about like smoking weed, but he's like just the way it's like normal conversation, but he's being funny just with his like thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah. At a point, he would just go on stage and like read too. I
Yeah.
think when he got older, he would just read his material and it worked. But what I kind of mentioned my stuff earlier, but where do you think comedy takes you? Where do you where do you think it's going to take you? What are some of the goals or any kind of dreams that just floating around there?
Well, I'd like to be famous. I don't not about famous, but I would like to be known before I'm dead.
Okay, I
No,
like that.
I want to go out like I just I don't know. I feel like for the first time at 50 years old, I finally feel like I'm doing something that I absolutely fucking love doing. And like, I'm genuinely just I'm just happy. I'm just happy with my life all the way around. Dickless or not, I'm still happy.
Well, you got it.
For all those times just to, I'm just kidding. And like, not for nothing, dudes. If you block me, I'm still going to find you.
That's the clip. That'll be the clip right there.
I'm still going to find you.
um,
I should be in jail. I'll say this one thing. I should be in jail for attempted murder because I did run my boat, run my boyfriend over with a truck.
Holy shit!
Intentionally. Dude tried to get out of my car with my drugs.
Wow.
And like I hit him, and this guy was like, she's like, yo, man, you all right? I saw what she fucking did. I'm like, he's fine. You get up and get back in this fucking car.
Wow. And then just went about
Yeah.
whatever you were up to.
I got my drugs back, so.
Wow. Well, I don't like to use the B word. You're a tough broad.
Yes.
But,
Tough bitch. You can say it.
no, I like the word broad more. But I don't like to use the word bitch. Like even in comedy, for some reason it doesn't come off well from me. It probably makes me seem like an angry man.
Like pussy. Oh, my pussy. Ew.
Pussy's tough. Pussy's tough.
Badge, vagina.
I was thinking about working on a bit of like a comic that works blue but uses all the correct terms. If I can like write that up, like somebody that just uses textbook biological terms to do dirty shit. But yeah,
You could call your jaw like, what would you open your mandible and your maximal when you give a blowjob?
that I can't take that. That's too
You
good.
need help. These are the
Thank you.
memory glands. Oh God, I just shut me up.
No. I know you said you didn't really follow comedy, but at this point, like, who are some of your comedy idols? Like you said, who you like with Nikki Glaser, Amy Schumer.
Nikki Glaser. Not only do I want to fuck her, and I'm not a lesbian, but I'm not a lesbian. I want to. She just. I liked her from like when she used to have like a show. I think it was like on E with her and like her boyfriend. She was moving back with her parents. So I've liked
Oh
Nikki
yeah.
Glacier for a long time. And then when she came out banging, I just lost it because she was great. And then when I saw Hannah Brenner, Hannah Brenner used to be on a show called Summer House with Paige and Craig from the show. I don't know if you know Bravo, but it's important that you know. So anyway, Hannah ended up branching out, and now she's a comedian. I saw her in Philly, and she is amazing. She
Hannah
is funny as shit.
Hannah Brenner, not Hannah Burner.
Brenner, Breni. If I spell your,
I'll have to check. I'll have to check her.
Really long red hair. She's cute.
She dates the old. She's married to an old guy.
Yeah, he's a comedian too. I think. I don't think
Yeah.
he's old, but
Um,
do you?
no, I thought she talks about. If we're talking about the same person,
Daddy, if you will.
yeah, and her face is all fucked up right now from like, oh, she had some jaw surgery. My girlfriend was showing me this. She likes her too. Yeah.
Your girlfriend knows her, I'm sure. Every female does.
Yeah, that's where I get all my Bravo education from.
And she has like a podcast too, and then she like stands outside and she does like ask other comedians a bunch of questions. It's funny.
Okay, I've seen her. Yeah, I've seen a lot of her. I may have watched some of her stand up too. I probably did. You kind of answered this a little earlier, but the question that I always ask everyone is, what would your younger self say about your decision to pursue stand up?
Yes, bitch, finally.
Yes.
She would say, finally, I've been in here waiting, little girl. Seriously, 100% that's what she would say. That little girl would be like, finally. Because like I didn't feel myself. Like, that's gonna sound so fucking cheesy. I don't feel myself, but like I didn't feel myself. Comedy for me too is like not just like in recovery world. Like, no, I don't go to meetings every day and recover, but like I know where to find it when I need it, and like sometimes I need it. Like you find it on stage. So
that's awesome.
whatever.
No, thank you.
Welcome.
I don't really I don't really have much to add. If you want to plug anything that you have coming up or that you want to share.
I don't have anything. I'm a loser.
You're not a loser.
Oh my God, do I have anything? I don't think I have anything. So I don't have anything. I think I have something at it's in November 28th at Buffalo Wild Wings in Philly.
Oh, you're doing that
Diesel,
competition, right?
Diesel, yeah, OC Diesel.
I know who OC Diesel is. Yeah.
Yeah, I missed the Westchester submission one, but then I also I applied for something else, comic comedy or something. KOMIK.
Oh, at the end of August?
Amateur night? Accepted. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I don't think I got accepted. I got an email to follow up with them, so maybe I'll see you there.
Is it KOMIC or something shit?
Yeah, it's Scott and Jason. Or well, I know Scott Kiggins does some stuff there, but that's not who runs the club. But it's in North Jersey. Comic Karma.
Yeah, something like that.
That's the end of this month, so that's I think the 29th, if that's the one.
Oh wait, no, I lied. This one was September 11th for sure.
Oh, okay.
It was September 11th. I'm 100% positive.
Easy to remember.
Never forget.
Never forget. You can't ever forget that. This might be the perfect way to end.
What was the other one I said? Never forget and Dickless. What did I say?
Dickless something. I don't know. I'll go back and watch the tape.
Yeah, never forget McClain.
Nice.
Be like Die Hard.
Die Hard.
But well, technically I'm first. I was before John McClain, so.
Delco with a Vengeance. Something cheesy like that. There you go.
Oh, you can call me nerd. They call me George from the group. You called me Delco's Nurse Jackie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't see the resentment. I don't get it.
I don't want to hold you up any longer. I know you're headed to bar 13.
Yes.
So sorry I won't be there. I will get there eventually. So
make sure I look like death in here, so make sure you make me look cute.
Okay, I'll try. It won't be in itself. Thanks, McClain.